Hello again. Today we're going to have a look at the iPad Pro 11-inch. Now this is a very thin device. It's only 5.9 millimeters thick, 146 grams, and it has the processing power of a high-end laptop. Now I bought this for myself and I thought that it would be able to help me with creating my YouTube videos. Unfortunately, I've also discovered that you can't plug many things into it. So importing things like 4K video and being able to plug in your external hard drives and things, it just won't accept them. So it's basically exactly the same as last year's, the year before iPad Pro, which is a disappointment really. Now it's got the Apple Pencil 2. And I do like the design of this. It's got a slightly matte finish to it, so you can hold it and it feels more comfortable in the hand. It's nice. It's exactly the same as the first one, but it's slightly different to hold. Now have a look at the specs here. I'll let you read through. You can pause the video if you need to. And because I didn't get a chance to unbox it last year because I wasn't making videos, I thought I'd show you the boxes and just go through what you do get with it. So this is the Apple Pencil box, very similar to the Apple Pencil 1. It doesn't have a spare tip this time, but I did have the original Apple Pencil for over a year and I didn't need the spare tip, so that's probably why they didn't bother with another one. This is the iPad Pro box. I got the 256 gigabyte Wi-Fi only. I didn't bother with the SIM card because I never use that capability unless the power goes off. I can use my phone and do a personal hotspot if I need to. So I got the 256 gigabyte, which I think is enough storage. I had the iPad Pro 1 or the 10.5 inch, and I never used all of the 256 gigabytes of that. Also this time I got the keyboard. The keyboard just comes as it is. You don't get anything, no cables or anything like that with it. It takes its power from the iPad with those three little dots that you see on the back of the iPad, and so it gets its power that way. It doesn't seem to make the battery run out any faster, and it's alright. I quite like it. With the iPad you get a cable and a charging brick. It's not a fast charger. It's not much different to the original iPad charger. And there we go. So this is the iPad with the keyboard cover. The keyboard cover, it's not leather, it's not even pleather, it's just a nasty smelling plastic. But it's lasted 4 months okay. I haven't had any wear problems. The Apple Pencil here, it magnetically attaches to the top and it charges that way as well, which is useful. And this is the case. So you bend it in the middle and then you can put it in two different places. So one's upright and one's more laid back. Both attach quite strongly. If you do buy this cover, please be careful, because when you disconnect it from the groove that it sits in, the iPad can sometimes come loose from the cover, and so you might drop it. I haven't dropped mine, but I'm not a careless person. So right, as you can see, there are no bends. I heard many things. There was a bend gate thing that came out a while ago. I haven't had any bends with this. It seems quite, it's very usable. I haven't had any problems with it at all. Okay. Now the cases this time, they attach by magnets that the iPad has in itself, in its body, which is really, it's quite unique. The cover attaches magnetically to that, and so whatever cover you buy will attach that way, unless it's a cheap Chinese cover, and then they'll just clip to the sides of the device. Now, there we go. As I was saying about that, You have to be careful. It may disconnect if you're not careful with that, because the magnet's very strong in the bottom where the keyboard is. Right, so here's the keyboard. Sorry about that. It must have restarted and was asking for the password, so I had to take it out of the screen and put the password in. Right, as you can see, after 4 months it's still lightning fast. This is even faster than the 10.5 inch, and it really does keep up with brain power. A lot of times I'll buy something like a Windows device and it's just so slow. You have to wait for it to load, you have to wait for it to open, but with this it really does keep up to you. When you're ready, you just touch on things and they're ready, they're there straight away. So for things like that, that's excellent, and I really do appreciate the effort that Apple have gone into to make it a really fast device. Right, so there's the Apple Pencil. As you see, it writes and draws very nicely. I haven't really noticed any difference. I do like the fact that you can just tap on the bottom to use the eraser, but I don't like the way that you can't come out of a screen like you just saw. You have to use your finger. That really annoys me. Otherwise, I've had no problems with it, and I do enjoy using it. Okay, let's have a quick look at my company. Let's see what's going on over there. And check the cameras. I have 8 cameras, but earlier there was only a few cameras working. Yeah, same again. Okay, I don't know why that is. Right, so as I said, iPad, it's very, very good. You can do lots of drawing, music, it's very creative. I'll just show you another app here that I use. I use this one for doing little cartoons and videos. Very, very useful. Some of the programs you have to pay for, but usually, or when I bought these, you pay for them one time and you don't have to pay again. But I have noticed recently there's a lot of things that you have to pay monthly, and I really don't like that. People get fooled into paying things monthly, and then before they know it, they're paying out more money than they can afford, and it's not fair. Companies should stick with just making something. They make plenty of money from it. Just charge you one time. So the drawing apps and things. This is a little video app again, and this one you can actually draw and edit so that it makes a little video that's moving. Nice little things. They work well. Let's show you a couple of little videos. Here's one of me in the bath. As you can see, I used a green background, so you can take the green away afterwards and place it anywhere. Let's stop that one. Right, where is it? Let's see. There it is. Right, okay. So this is one I made. I just drew a picture of myself, and then you edit the mouth so that it's moving the way you want. And then you just play around with the speed and the eye movements until you get it so that it's saying what you want it to say. And it's a fun little thing. Easy for children to do, or adults alike. This is a drawing app. It's called Sketches. And that was the original desk that I was designing. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it made, so I had to go with something simpler. So, have any of you bought an iPad Pro? If you have, leave some comments below so that you can let me know what you think about it. I really like it. I still use it. I don't use it as much as I wanted to, and I ended up having to buy the iMac 27-inch so I could do my video editing, because my 21-inch iMac was a little bit slow and you couldn't upgrade the memory. But it's a great little iPad. I don't think I'll be buying an iPad this year unless something's changed dramatically where you can plug in external devices. But hopefully they'll do some sort software update with iOS 13, which will allow me to plug things in once and for all. Type-C, I do like that. It's got Type-C instead of Lightning, and so that's the thing that got me. I really did think that I'd be able to plug things in, which I couldn't. But overall, it types nicely. I've got no problems at all with any of the things, and so either I'm very lucky in that regard or they just work well. I do like the quality of Apple things. So that was the Apple keyboard cover, and I'll just take this one out of the way, and I'll show you another cover that I got, which was from Belkin, I believe. There's lots of covers that you can buy, but I only have the two, so I didn't go too crazy. This is the other cover. It's a slightly different color. This is a dark blue, but as you can see, it's even thinner because it's got no keyboard, and it folds the same as the original iPad covers, the leather covers they did before. So you can fold it backwards, and then it will stand up, so you can view things like videos and things when you're laying in bed much easier. And it's a much simpler design. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Right, I'll just take this one out of here and I'll show you what it looks like in the Belkin cover. As you can see, you can leave the Apple Pencil attached. It attaches the same way. It doesn't cover it up when you close it. Magnetic closure, and so when you open it, the screen comes on and goes off. As you can see, the pencil attaches quite strongly, which is good. I haven't had any problems with the pencil falling off. I've never dropped it or anything. But the flat edge of the pencil, I thought it was designed so if it rolls, it won't roll away, but it still rolls quite easily. So be careful with it rolling off your tabletop. Right, so as you can see, these are both very similar the way they've been made. I think the inside of the Apple one is nicer. It's got a nicer fluffy furry stuff, but they feel exactly the same on the outside. The Apple one has this line in it so that it can fold backwards with the keyboard, and this one has lines in the front. I tried to fold it forwards, then didn't work. And that one, as I said, you have to fold it backwards. Right, so that's it for the iPad Pro. 4 months later, and it's working exactly the same as it was when I first got it. So hopefully I'll be able to use this for many years with no problems. Let me know in the comments what you think about the iPad Pro if you have one, or if you're thinking about getting one, and I'll see you next time.